All right, so I'm back. I've managed to reset my password, and now I'm gonna get back to the actual email address for Microsoft. So if I look at that, it just sent out an email, and it says this is a Microsoft account, and I need to verify your email address. All it means is that there's a little code embedded in the email, and I think you can see it over here. And that code is just to make sure that you truly exist somewhere. So I'm going to copy that code, and it's 0895. And I'm going to go back to the team window. And then you see that section over here is asking me what my passcode was, and I'm going to paste it over here, and it's called 0895. So what's going to happen next? Something went wrong. We'll use the email. Okay, enter an email. Something went wrong. So let's try it again. For work, stay signed in. Now, remember, one of the things going on is so many users in the world are using Microsoft Teams. So things get a bit wonky sometimes, but it's actually pretty stable once it's going. So it detected who I was. I type in my key, and I'm just logging back in there. And the first thing to do is going to ask you for your information, who we are. So basically, I'm Joe Smith. Now, who knows who Joe Smith is from the TV show on Amazon Prime? So my domain that I'm going to use, I'm going to call it Technatorium School. Technatorium School at 1. And asking what region it is. Eventually, if you're doing it from another country, you'll be able to change a different country. So I guess the next thing to do is just set it up. So it will take a few seconds, and now Microsoft is just doing a whole bunch of stuff in the background, and it's literally going to pop in the next few seconds, which says I'm done my setup, and let's see what we're seeing. Start using Teams. So now what happened there is Microsoft created the team environment for you, and it's telling you a bunch of stuff on that screen here. Microsoft Teams works on the web browser so that anyone that just have a pure web browser can actually use it. But Microsoft Teams also has an application that you can install on your desktop. And basically, it's kind of like a desktop application, but it doesn't require you to have the web browser open. Microsoft Teams also provides an app that runs on your phone, so you could literally do most of the operation from Teams inside your phone. And I believe they support the iPhone and evidently the Google Android, and I'm sure they support their own phones on Microsoft, although there's only Android and iPhone out there. So for this perspective, I am not going to try to use my desktop application that I already installed, because this is a work environment. So I do already have the desktop app. So I'm not going to try to teach you about the desktop app. So if you had it installed, you would have this little window here, but I don't want that. So I'm going to cancel this. So now it's telling you can install on your local machine, or you can just use the web app. I'm going to use the web app. So, and then basically it'll open up the website, and we wait a few seconds. And basically you've got a team environment over here working. Now, the first time you create a team environment, it generates a link out there for you. And that link, you could share that link with the rest of the world, and then anyone who has that link could join your team environment. So that's the lowest, simplest way of getting people to join your team environment, is use that link and email it to your friends or to your family or your students. So in that scenario, I have another user in my company. It's called Eric at at Eric, and I'm going to invite him to an email to join it. So I'm going to copy that link, and then I'm going to say got it. So it's in the clipboard right now. So evidently there's a whole bunch of screen that explain to you what it is. My recommendation to you is just go to the different tutorials over here, and it's telling you some information about what team is. That's The first one over there, that was the team environment. And these are channels that allow you to have topics and department or project. Your channels could be, if it was for a class, it could be each subject would have its own channel. So all the students would be able to see the conversation about a specific subject on their own channel. And all the conversation, they appear at the bottom. So technically, that's the quick 30-second introduction. So at this moment in time, I'm not going to try to teach you how to use team. I just want to at least get you going with the team environment. There's lots and lots of resources out there that teaches you about team. But you remember that clipboard, that email address, or that link that we have to the clipboard? We're going to go send out an email to Eric, say, I want you to join that team. So what's going to happen there is I'm going to go to my email client. Let's see if I can figure it out. There we go. So there's my email client. And look, it actually came back with an email that's already generated. Oh, wow, that's nice. Nicely formatted. So, hi, Joe. Forward this email to people you want to join Technatorium School. When they use the link, you'll receive a request to join your org. Happy sharing. Well, let's try that. So I'm going to forward it. And I have another email. So it's Eric at Technatorium Online. And I send it. That's all there is to it. So what's going to happen is I'm going to log out and go into Eric and see what the result of that email is on the other side. So all the emails when I tell them is click on that link. So I'm going to go out and create a new incognito window. So we just don't get in trouble. So I'll go here and I say new incognito window. And I'm going to go to my email. And I think it's called Eric at Technatorium Online. Let's see if it works. There we go. Oh, look, there's the email from Joe. Hey, Joe. Oh, you want me to join that server? So, okay. So it didn't pop in the email. Ah, there we go. So I'm Eric, right? So I'm gonna click on there, and then it says, oh, you want to run and join a team. Okay. So what is it asking me? My name. So I'm going to be Eric Silver, and my email address. Well, I think the email address that I'm using right now is Eric at technatorium.online. Technatorium Online. Send the request. So now I'm Eric, and I reply to email, and I'm asking to join your group. Now remember, Joe is the owner of that team. So I'm going to go back and look at Joe and see what Joe is seeing. So let's see. I'm going to go to my Joe. Okay, that's going to get a bit confusing. Let's see if we can find that. All right. There. So let's refresh the browser. Use the web app again. Oh, what's different on that screen over here? First of all, Eric, I accepted the invitation. So it's telling you that someone has asked someone to invite the person. Oh, so that must be Eric that I need to allow into the team. Now, another thing on the right side over here, it has a mechanism to notify you on the desktop. So if you're running on a web browser, anytime someone puts a message, it'll just pop in with a little message. So I'm actually going to turn it on here. So I'm going to invite some people. Oh, look, Eric I got a request to join from Eric at Technatorium Online. So I'm going to approve it. So at that moment in time, I've actually approved that person. So I can also invite more other people. And you see there's different ways of inviting more people. You could get the link. You can invite your contact from your mail browser, or you can send an invitation by email. And an email address is over there available to you. So at this moment in time, I just want to show you that this is how to start a team environment. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to log in as, what's his name there? Eric and see what we're getting now. So I'm going to go for a new connector window. And let's see, I'm going to go to Microsoft Teams. And what happened when the first time I go in there? What is it thinks? It's called Joe. So I don't want to be Joe. I want to be Eric. So I need to log out. So evidently, so I use another account. And I'm going to go, I don't know if it's available, but we'll see. So Technatorium. Okay, there's something going on there. That's fine. Let's stop this at this moment in time. So stop. So what I've done in the last 15 minutes is show you how to register for Microsoft Teams. I explained to you about the different type of offering from Teams. Remember, there's the educational team, which is for school systems. Since we don't really want to make things complex, we just we use the third option, which is to set up any kind of team for any kind of people groups you have out there. So again, it can be used for school, it could be used for work, it could be used for any of those different kind of situation you want. So we end up telling us about our email address. Microsoft sent us an email to confirm, oh, are you sure this is the email address? We got a code. Now Microsoft know that Joe at technatorium.online is the owner of a team. We went back, complete the process, and then we got to the team environment, and then it showed us a link that will allow you to invite other people. Then what we did is we just went over to our email client, and Microsoft was nice enough to forward us an email to invite other people. So we just forwarded to another person, and that was Eric. And Eric logged in, and then we went back as Joe, and we approved that person. So that's the beginning phase of creating a Microsoft Team environment. I will try to come up with other lessons later on this week, maybe, but I just want to make sure that you can start going on how to use Microsoft Team. There's lots and lots of demos out there, but maybe not something to start it from scratch. So I'm going to stop the demonstration over here. If you got any more question, I'm assuming you can reach me out to the YouTube channel, but I think you can also get me to my email address, and it's technatorium.eric@gmail.com. And that would be a way of reaching out to me. I want to thank you, and hopefully this was useful.